What's up YouTube, Adam here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you my full review of two printers from Epson. Now these are brand new printers with a fantastic USP in the Ecotank series. There's actually 5 in the range. The two I'm going to be bringing for you today are the ET-2550 and also the ET-4550. Both with the great Ecotank facility, but both with a slightly different feature set and aimed at slightly different groups of individuals. Now the main USP with this is this Ecotank system, and what that means is that you can say goodbye to print cartridges forever. Now, print cartridges contain a fair bit of technology. They're not just a bit of plastic with ink in, so they do tend to be reasonably expensive to replace, and the longevity of them doesn't ever seem to be particularly great as well. With this new series of printers from Epson, they have ridiculous longevity in terms of printing, up to 11,000 pages of printing, which is absolutely ridiculous, and they're all based around a high capacity ink tank system. Now included in the box you get all of the ink that you would require, and they come in the form of bottles, and I'll come on to exactly how you fill them up, how you replace them, everything a little bit later on in the video. Now this first up is one of the printers. This is the ET-4550. This is the slightly higher one in the range, which gives you a whole bunch of functionality. Now both of these print at about 33 pages per minute in terms of maximum. They've both got a 1200 DPI scanner, and they both have a whole bunch of other functionality that I'll come to a little bit later on in the video. Now when you get them out of the box, it's very important to remove all of the blue tape and all of the stickers that come on it in order for it to work properly. Make sure you open the printer up and take all of the tape out from the inside, from the bottom, from the sides, and once you've done that, it's time to start filling up the ink. Now like I say, this is very different to anything else that is out there on the marketplace today, because it comes in this ink bottle form. Now the 4550 actually comes with 2 lots of ink bottles. One set of bottles is labelled initial bottle, and these are obviously the initial bottles that you're going to use, and then the others are a backup for when these begin to run out. And it's important that you keep an eye on the tanks on the side of the printer to make sure that you don't allow them to completely run dry. Now these bottles come completely vacuum sealed, so there's no worries about them leaking in the box or anything like that, and it's very simple to fill the tanks up. On the right hand side of the unit you simply lift up the flap, and then underneath it gives you all of the details as to all 4 tanks in terms of the colours that they're going to use. Now on top of the tanks are some little rubber grommets and caps. You simply take those off, place them on the holding system, and then it's time to actually get into the inks themselves. Now what you do is on the top of the bottles you simply crack off the top, and this actually becomes the cap a little bit later on. It's very easy to do. You don't have to put a huge amount of energy into it in order to crack these top bits off, but it's a very important part of the stage, so please do make sure you do it. Now once you've done that, you simply unwind the top, pull off the little foil seal, which is again another little protection barrier to stop them from leaking, turn them upside down, place them into the actual tanks themselves, and begin to fill them up. Now the liquid will not come out of the containers without you adding some pressure, so it's important that you squeeze them, but please do not squeeze them overly hard or it will potentially spray up. Now if you do have an accident with these bottles, I will put a little note in here. There is full details on the back to say if you get this stuff in your mouth or if you get this on your hands, but if you're careful and you go about it very decently and follow the instructions exactly as they tell you, you can do this in an extremely clean manner with no upsets whatsoever. Now once you've done this, it's a simple case of taking the rubber tops back off of their little holding compartments and putting them back on top of the tanks. Once that's done, you're ready to get it into the right position and plug it in and get yourself ready to print. Now when you're moving the printer, once you've filled it up, please be careful to keep it level. Don't let it go at an angle, or there is the potential that you could have a slight leakage. So here we go. These are the 2 printers that I've been testing, like I say, the ET-2550 and the ET-4550. And let's start off with the ET-4550 and take a little bit of a cruise around the hardware itself and see what we get included. Now first up, this does have the full ability to do print and also copy and scan. Now you've got full access to the internals as well if you ever get a breakage or some kind of jam up, for example, although I've been using these for a while and I've had none whatsoever. Now in the 4550 we've also got a tray at the bottom which gives us the ability to put any kind of size that we want in there at all, whether they are photo sizes or whether they're A4 or letter sizes, all makes no difference. And then on the right hand side we've got our tanks with a double size black tank. Now on the front we've got a very comprehensive input system. We've got the power button, we've got a screen, we've also got navigation buttons with home and back, and then we've also got a dial pad as well. Now this also does fax, so if you do want to plug this into a phone line you can send and receive faxes with this unit. Round on the back we've got all of the connectivity. We've got a 10/100 megabits per second LAN port. We've also got USB as well. We've got a line input for a phone and also an extension as well for an additional phone to come out of the back of it once we've got this plugged into the socket, so we don't have to take up an entire phone port just for the usage of fax. Again, round on the back we've got full access, so if we do get any kind of jam ups we can easily get access to them and pull the paper out and clear it up. Now on the top this has got a really nice feature. This has got a full document feeder, so what this means is that if we've got a whole bunch of documents that we want to copy, it's very simple indeed. We can simply place the documents on the top, it will feed them all through one by one and take copies of them at the same time. The ET-4550 is going to be great for your home office or your small business or even your medium business as well. You've got full ability to do copying, fax, the sheet feeder on the top of it is great, and it can also do double-sided printing as well, so you're not going to have to waste a huge amount of paper when you're printing or when you're doing copying. In addition to that you've got that double size black, so with most day-to-day printing being black and white only, you're not going to constantly need to go out and refresh that black ink cartridge. Now the 20 to set up Wi-Fi is extremely easy using the screen on the front of both printers and also the navigation buttons as well. It detects your home networks, you put in your key and instantly it's joined for great wireless printing. Now onto the ET-2550, and this is definitely aimed at a different kind of user. You could without doubt still use this in a home office or a small business, but this one really aimed more towards your home consumer type user, and I'll come on to the reason for that very shortly. Now this one again fully functional, it's got a great set of controls on the front of it and also includes that all important colour LCD screen as well. Now the element that's really focused towards the home user is the addition of a card reader. So this is an SD card reader, so most people when they take photos on an actual camera for example, they are all going directly to an SD card. You can place that in the slot, you can see them clearly on that all important colour LCD screen on the front. You can decide exactly which ones you want to print, exactly how you want to print them, and you can go straight ahead, hit that print button and they're going to come straight out in incredible quality on the exact paper that you've defined during that print job. Now the quality of the ET-2550 absolutely fantastic, full colour printing. If you're printing normal day-to-day kind of websites or basic information out to standard paper, it really does come out in fantastic form. In addition to that, if you want to print directly to photographic paper, you can get the most fantastic results without the worry that you're going to be going through expensive ink all of the time and having to constantly replace cartridges. Now as you can see, the print jobs themselves really are of the highest quality and you're going to have no disappointment with that whatsoever. That goes again for the ET-4550, the quality being absolutely fantastic, and also with that efficiency of the double-sided printing as well, make both of these printers a really great option. Now I've got to say I am in love with this Ecotank system. The quality of the print jobs is fantastic. The price that you're going to pay for these printers is ever so slightly more than the reduced price of normal printers because they are made up for by the price of the cartridge. But the printing from these is going to last you a long time. You're going to find yourself never having to replace the ink anywhere near as much as you would do on a normal cartridge system, and the ink is going to save you a lot of money because it's very cheap, somewhere in the region of about £8 to £9 a bottle. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Please do go ahead and hit that like button for me and I will see you all in the next one. See ya.